Hello, everyone. We are here today with Anju Gupta, Vice President, Artificial Intelligence at Northwestern Mutual. My name's Marty Poniatowski, and I'll be interviewing Anju. When you think about the talent on your team, what do you look at in terms of the individuals and their talent, the culture of your team? I love the background you gave on Northwestern Mutual, by the way. How do you find the right people to fit into all of those categories?
Talent is always a challenge, and hiring talent, again, one thing I've always said, being here as well, I've been at other companies. Hiring talent and at NM has been much easier for me than hiring talent at my previous companies.
Hmm.
It could be because of the Northwestern Mutual brand, the trusted brand that we have. People come, right? So hiring talent is easy. Retaining,
Right.
right? And no matter where you go, talent retention, once you get good people, you really have to
Yeah.
work hard to make sure that you retain them. And retaining is not about, the dollars, or the promotion may play a role, but retaining them is about creating that culture of innovation, creating that culture of learning, and creating that culture of being able to somebody's hearing, somebody's listening to you, right? So I focus a lot on ensuring that transparency is there for my organization. We are extremely transparent on the bodies of work that we do, and also creating opportunity for them to learn. Recently, we did, you know, um, large language model certification for almost 50 to 60 folks within the larger organization. Majority of them was my team, right? So creating that culture of learning constantly, and also creating opportunities to provide, to get their insight on the technical rigor of the products that we launch into production. So I do have a small, what I call analytical review team, where I have the senior data scientist that sits together in any project that are planning to go into production, or even in R&D. They come and they discuss it at this analytical review meeting. And we get feedback from that team, and whichever team is presenting, they go back and they start to work on the feedback that they receive. So that gives us that technical rigor, but also excites others to learn about all the great scientific work that is going on. Because, as I always say, being trained in this space, I felt the pains of things that worked and things that didn't work. So I want to make sure that I'm bringing that back to ensure that the pains that I had, or the things that I wanted to do, I'm giving that opportunity to the newer folks that are coming within that space. We have analysts that had, interest in learning data science. So they got data science training and they actually transitioned to a data science role. So those things happen. And then analytical engineers who are getting trained into the data science, masters in data science, and now they're becoming a data scientist.
Hmm.
So culture absolutely plays a very strong role. I am quite fortunate to have a strong set of leaders with a fundamental belief that, Northwestern Mutual culture is something that we all align into, and then bring our technologists together. And the differentiation is the partnership. Northwestern Mutual is big on ensuring that our leaders are partnering with each other, collaborating with each other. And nothing can be better than an AI place where you are showcasing how you partner better with rest of the company.
Right. Boy, very insightful remarks. I've been managing technical teams almost all of my career. I love what you said about the knowledge transfer and what I call technical career path. People work in one area and see an opportunity to go into another. And that's very important to technical people, that continuous challenge and learning. Very well said, Anju. Thank you for that. Well, you shared some tremendous insight here, Anju. I think a lot of people will be following up, thinking about, hey, how can I implement some of what Anju described here? You're doing some really advanced work, by the way. I work with companies on AI projects. You are clearly doing very advanced work. In your closing remarks, what additional wisdom would you share with the viewer here?
Yeah, I think maybe a couple things. One is I think the way you differentiate yourself and your team is continuous learning that never goes away, right? And partnership. AI leader, I am a fundamental believer is for an AI leader to be successful. And what I call success is being able to transform the company using all these technological innovation that is happening can only be done by partnering with the business leaders and with cross-functional teams. So how do you bring product and engineering together and your business leaders to ensure that AI is not just a sliver in the whole equation, but it is enabling a strategic business transformation? So partnering goes without saying, right? And the last piece that I say, and I still hone in quite a bit, is influencing and storytelling. As technologists, we are not trained as storytellers. We are probably the worst storytellers. But where the world is right now, I have seen industries fail because they weren't able to tell their story, right? And AI is in a place that if, as technologists, as leaders within the space, the world lives in sound bites, right? On the Twitters and on the social media. What comes to mind when AI, and again, this was probably post 2022, some changed, or past before 2022, some changed a little bit after 22, but not a whole lot. When AI comes to mind, people think of Terminator.
Hmm.
Right? How do we as technologists are vocal about what AI's capabilities are and things that it cannot do, and being able to tell that story on a constant basis so that we are beating the soundbite of AI is bad, right? And AI is going to be everywhere. That is something that you and I cannot change. That is the world that we're going to live in. And I'll give you an example. I was on my vacation. I was on a trip to India. The amount of AI ads that I saw at all the
Hmm.
airports from London, Amsterdam, I had a pit stop at Abu Dhabi, then in India. I have never seen it. Right? I was taking pictures of those AI ads. There was a inverter that had AI based inverter. And I was like,
Hmm.
really? But that's how world changes, right? So AI is gonna be the base for everything. How do we as technologists come out and being able to tell a better story for AI can and cannot do is incumbent on all the leaders that are navigating this space today, and they have to do that. So if there's one call out that I can do to your readers is or to your listeners is, start telling your story. Industry needs to hear it. All of them are doing great work, but they're not coming out and talking about their work.
Boy, is that insightful. By the way, we didn't plant this. I want the viewers to know, but I consider myself a storyteller. I do a little AI whiteboard on my tablet. And what I do is what you just described, Anju. I talk about how AI can be used in retail, financial services, manufacturing, healthcare, life sciences. And people are very interested in that. Even if you're in one of those industries, you're still interested in what's going on in the other ones. So storytelling's hugely important, Anju. Thank you for that comment. Well, I have thoroughly enjoyed this. I learned a lot from you, Anju. I'll probably be giving you a follow-up call to get a
Yeah.
little more insight into a couple of these areas. You were most impressive in every way. Thank you for the insight, by the way, into Northwestern Mutual. I didn't know a lot about your company. I know more now. Very impressive. The AI work that you're doing, your culture, your firm, yourself, everything that you covered was just really insightful. Thank you very much for this time. It was a wonderful experience for me, and I'm sure that the viewers will feel the same way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marty. It was my pleasure to sit down and talk to you. I thoroughly enjoyed as well. And you're a great moderator, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.